loud. Okay. I first have to thank Bev for allowing me to be a part of this. Bev approached me several months ago and told me about her idea. And I met Bev actually through my mother a couple of years ago, and they grew up together. And I just have to say thank you to Bev for creating such a beautiful event, because over the past 10 years since I came out about my abuse, I haven't seen anything in the community that brought people together to talk about child abuse in any way, and it's definitely a healing process for anyone who's been through something like that, and hopefully it can put an end to child abuse. So I'm going to start with a quote from Martha Washington, and she said, "I am still determined to be cheerful and to be happy in whatever situation I may be. For I have also learned from experience that the greater part of our happiness or misery depends upon our dispositions and not our circumstances." That is a quote that is so true for my life. Because when I was 7 years old, I woke up to find my father molesting me. And this continued for 4 years, and it happened several times a week. So over the run of 4 years, I was molested probably about 300 to 400 times. And that's a lot. And as a 7-year-old, your life is supposed to be full of innocence and happiness. You shouldn't be scared to go to bed. You shouldn't be scared to go back to your home. It should be a place that's a sanctuary for you. It should be somewhere where you can feel safe. But that wasn't the case for me. When I was 11 years old, I was able to come out to my oldest brother about what was happening, and not for one moment did anyone in my family doubt me. It was a very hard process to go through because I watched my family fall apart, and I felt that it was my fault because I was the one that told, and I was the one that made everything fall apart. But that wasn't the case. It wasn't what I'd done. It was what my father had done to me. But I was just the bad news bearer. But it's been a long time since I came out, and in September it will be 10 years since I told my oldest brother, and we've come a long way as a family. And well, my wonderful mother is here to support me today, and she's been one of the biggest influences in my life, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have made it through. But even though I had a rough childhood because of my father, that doesn't mean that I haven't gone on and done other things with my life. Because I'm not going to let the actions of one person, someone who hurt me lots of times, but I'm not going to let his actions tear me down. I'm not going to let him stop me from being a good person in this world. And I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life to being an advocate for children, not only for children, for anybody who experiences any type of abuse. I want to leave this world peacefully. I want to leave it in a place where everyone is safe and everyone can be happy. When Bev asked me to speak today, I was very enthusiastic to do so. But I found as I was trying to write my speech that there was nothing that was good enough. She wanted me to talk about how I've overcame this and how I've come to this point in my life, but I couldn't find the right words to say it. So I've been very involved in my community, and being a part of an organization like this just makes everything worthwhile, to know that you're going to try and make a difference in others' lives. But the one person, or the few people that I really want to make the difference for, is for my future children. So what I have wrote is a letter to my future children. To my future child, I write you this long before you will ever enter this world, because I want to give you everything a child should have. I want you to know that even before you take your first breath of air, that you will be brought into the world with the intention of giving you the best possible life. First, I will make sure that the man who is to be your father will be the most honest, caring, and loving man that I have ever encountered. He is to be someone I can trust with my life. Otherwise, I could never trust him with yours. The day when you enter the world is the day when you become my world. Every ounce of my existence will be for you and your happiness. Every choice I make will be made with you in mind. As my child, I promise to love you more than I thought could ever be possible. I promise to care for you in each and every way. Because my childhood was denied the innocence it should have had, I will do everything in my power to make sure yours is as innocent and carefree as humanly possible. I promise to try and give you a childhood where it is overflowing with happiness and joy, and that it will be void of fear and sadness. Sorry. I promise to protect you from any evil I can prevent, so all you have to worry about is how much longer you get to play before bed. And when it's time to go to sleep, the only possible thing to scare you will be the imaginary monsters under your bed. You will never have to worry about the awful that exists in the world, and rather, you can dream happy dreams and sleep peacefully. The reason I will be so careful in choosing your father is because I couldn't trust my own. I promise he will be the world's best dad, because I will accept no less. I never want you to feel the pain I felt at the hands of my father. I never want you to feel the pain of not having a father to depend on. And I promise to try to be as good of a mother to you as my mother has been to me. She was selfless for me and my brothers, and I promise to be just as selfless for you. She loved her children with all of her heart, and I will love you with all of mine. And I promise, if I can be half the mother to you that my mother has been to me, that you will have an outstanding mother. When you're 21, the age I am now, I hope that you look back on your childhood and say that it was a happy one. I hope it will be everything that mine wasn't. I hope I give you the childhood that I never had. I hope you get the childhood that every child deserves. Thank you.